Franklin Sewing Club. Hopefully you all got your packages already of your pillows that you guys started to create right before we left school. I dropped them off to your houses along with some thread, needle, and some fluff. And then here's the one that I've been working on, okay? So let me show you how we're going to have the final product look, and I'm going to show you how we're going to sew it. Sewing, I have red on the backing, my red felt, and the white going around here. I am going to use blue string. Now this is probably where you're going to need someone to help you. In your packets that I gave you is a card. Yours will have a nice little decoration on it for you. But on the card is attached your needle, okay? So have someone help you carefully pull that needle out. Have an adult do that for you because they can help you thread your needle, because we didn't really get that far in sewing class yet to get to know how to thread your needle. So you're going to need a good length of string. Now, families, if you make it too long, it's going to get a little too tangled up for our friends, but don't make it too short because we are going to be doubling it for them. So I'm going to start with a size about that, and I'm going to carefully get it through the eye of the needle. Now, if you guys remembered right before we finished art club, I was having a hard time getting these through, seeing the end of the needle. Still have. Okay, so maybe your family will have better luck going through the first time. Sometimes I like to get this. There we go. All right. So then what I'm going to do is gather the ends. Move my scissors out of the way. Gather the ends so the needle is in the middle. See that? And I'm going to put a little knot. Okay, just one little knot. You don't need to do it too tight because, see, just a little knot. See that? Okay. Now, let me move you guys a little bit closer to where I'm sewing, and you can watch the stitching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick anywhere I want on my project, and I'm going to take the needle, and I'm going to start through the back. I'm going to just stick it through. Okay, push it through. See that? And pull it. Okay. Now, we're going to be wrapping the stitch around the edge. So that gives you the nice little colorful design around the edge. This is what my daughter Madison did. You could see the stitching. You can see around here the Mario there wrapping around. So let me show you. So I pull it, and I'm going to go around to the back. Right next, keeping the fabric together. That's why the safety pins are there. Keeping the fabric together and pushing through both layers, the whatever color you have at the back, the red and the fabric of your picture. And very carefully pull it. Now you can see it started to kind of wrap around there, okay? Keep your stitches close. So I'm going to go back to the back, push through. Make sure it's not going to get tangled up on any safety pin, and pull it. Okay. And you're going to do that all the way around. So let me move over here. Push it through. Walk around. Until you get to almost the end of the string. Okay. Just like before when we were doing some sewing, you don't want to get all the way to the end and have no string left over, because then it's really too hard to knot. I'm going to do like one more stitch, and I'm going to stop for a minute. Okay, so I can show you how to knot this. You can see I've gone almost halfway around, okay, with that amount of string that I did. So what you'll do then, once you have it, is you can go through the back, and you can take your needle. Let's see, let me get this good. Take your needle, go right underneath this string. Okay, so under the string in the back, pull it. You do it a couple times. So you're kind of just tucking it under, okay? I'll do it one more time. So that was 3 times I did. Take that same string, stick the needle through it, and pull it, okay? Now once you did that like 3 or 4 times, take it again. Now instead of pulling it all the way through, see this little like lasso, this loop you have here? Take your needle and pull it through there. So now it's through the lasso, and give it a good pull, okay? That actually creates a knot, okay? If you feel like you want to do that again to make it extra sturdy, so I'll show you again. Take your thread, do it this way, go under, okay? Don't pull it all the way through though, so you make this tight yet. You want to keep that little lasso, and then take your needle and go through it, that little lasso, both strings, and then pull it, okay? This might be difficult. You can have someone at home help you, okay? All right, so I'm gonna get myself another string because I ran out of string to keep going, and we wanna sew all the way around to get about this much opening, okay? You wanna kind of Okay, so I finished sewing all the way around, and I left open somewhere on the bottom or the top about your hand width opening, okay? That way we can be able to push the fluff that I had given you into your pillow, okay, and give it some fluff. Now at this point, you can't really fluff it up if you have the safety pins in. So if you know how to take out safety pins and put them somewhere safe, you can do that, or you can ask an adult to help you do that. So I'm going to take out all my safety pins. It's important to also, when you take them out, not to leave them open, to close them. So the next time you use them, you don't grab into wherever you have them placed and accidentally get a safety pin. And you will need another safety pin, maybe depending on how much of an opening you have left, to hold the opening area closed when you sew it closed. Okay, so now all the safety pins are out, and I can carefully put my hand in there, okay, and you can see it's like fluffing out a little bit. So what you'll do with the fluff I gave you is take a little bit, break it apart, and stuff it in there. Stuffing mine, and then we'll go through all yours, okay. Get it in there nice and fluffy. I'm hoping I estimate enough fluff for all of you to make your little pillow friend extra fluffy and smushy for you. Okay, that's good. I could put a little bit more in there, okay? So I gave myself just 3 handfuls. I'll make sure I give you guys 3 handfuls or more. So now this part is open. You don't want to leave that open, because if you leave that open, it will just fall out, and you don't want your fluff to fall out. So what you'll do now is you will sew it closed. Now, when I did these with my kids, I did push the fluff in, and I safety pinned just right here, one, just so it stayed closed long enough without the fluff coming out for them, okay? So you can just safety pin that, and thread up your needle again. Same thing you just did, starting with a little knot at the end. When you get your thread going, I might actually have enough here left over from before. Let's see, okay. So again, start and go through, and just keep wrapping it around, and that'll make that opening that you left to put the fluff in, it'll close it up, okay. Now, any extra thread that you friends have, keep it. It's for you. I don't need you to return it back to me at school. Again, you don't need to return to me the safety pins, the needles, your stuffy friend, that little stuffed animal that you're making. That is all yours to keep. I would, though, love to see a picture when you're done. So if you can send me through email or the Facebook a picture of how your little stuffed animal turned out, that would really be fantastic. I would love to see that, because I do miss all of you, and I've been really thinking about this club and how we left that day, and I said next week we'll finish our pillows, and next week turned into next week and next week and next week. So I really wanted to make sure that we got these done because I feel like at a time like this, it'd be nice to sew and finish a project and have something that you can squeeze and feel really proud of that you made all by yourself. Okay, so here I am at the end. I'm going to sew right until that very last stitch so they meet up, so it goes all the way around. Ooh, I'm going through some fluff there. Okay, so you can see I went all the way around. Again, knot it. So under. Now, if someone at home has a different way for you to knot, that is completely fine. Let them help you. Let them do it their way. I'm just trying to show you a little simple way, just so you can get this done as a first-time sewer for many of you. And then after you do it like 3 or 4 times, keep that little lasso, put the needle through the lasso, and give it a good pull. You want to make sure it's extra secure. You can do it again, put it under the thread, give a little lasso, and pull it through, okay? And then we'll cut that. Your needle, make sure you give that to an adult so they can put that somewhere safe along with the safety pins. And then you have your little fluffy friend that you can put on display, keep with you. Oh, I forgot, take that last safety pin out because you don't want to play with anything that has pins. So that last safety pin comes out and you have your nice little stuffed pillow that you made. All right, so let me go back to these before I get you guys starting on your own. So let's see, this is Zyrene's. Maybe just leave this bottom part open so you can stuff that, and then when you're done you can sew this bottom part. Same thing here with Luke. Leave this bottom part open, and then you can sew all the way around the edge, leave the bottom part open, and then stuff that at the end. I would really do the same thing for this one, Niati. Leave the bottom from like maybe here to here open, and then you can stuff that. Azra, here's your polar bear. I would leave between the feet open, and then you can stuff that. Esme, is this a Springer Spaniel or a Cocker Spaniel, I think you said? You can, right between the ears, leave that part open, and then you can stick in there. January, your little cute cartoony bunny. I would leave this part open, so sew all the way around. Leave this part open and stuff that with the fluff. Oh, Amelia. Put your name in the foot, so cute. Amelia, I would leave also under here, leave that open, then you can stuff it with the fluff. So sew all the way around and then leave that open, stuff it. Olivia, your golden retriever. Oops. Okay, leave this bottom part open, stuff it with the fluff. That way you can get in, because see how it gets a little bit smaller up here? You can push that fluff in there. Blake, what I would do for you is I would sew all the way around, and then leave this part here open, stuff it with the fluff real good, get inside those areas where the arms are, make sure the fluff is in, and sew it up. Ellie, your little sloth, adorable. Okay, leave this part open, so sew all the way around, leave this part open, stuff it with the fluff, and then sew it off. Zoe, cute little pup. Leave in between the feet here, so sew all the way around and leave between the feet and stuff it with the fluff, and then sew it off. Mia, all the way around, okay? You have these areas that kind of go in, so really make sure you stuff the fluff in there real good in these spots. Leave this part open so you can stuff from the bottom and then close it off with the sewing. Emma, right here in between where your name is, between the feet, so sew all the way around and then fluff down here. Calvin, I showed yours, so what you're gonna do, Calvin, is you're gonna sew all the way around, make sure you get this tail here. And I would leave this part like right here open so you can stuff with fluff, really get it into there, and then sew it off. And then January with your bunny, I would leave the bottom part open, so sew all the way around, leave the bottom part open, stuff it with the fluff, and then sew it off.